The Tao of Self-Confidence, Episode 19. Welcome to the Tao of Self-Confidence, where I share stories of real women producing extraordinary results by finding their inner journey to self-confidence 5 days a week. Get your free audiobook at our website at thetaoofselfconfidence.com. Well, hello, friend. Welcome to the Tao of Self-Confidence, where I share amazing stories of women who have discovered their inner journey to self-confidence. My name is Sheena Yap Chan, and today I have a special lady here who's going to share her story about her inner journey to self-confidence. And she also has a free gift to all the listeners out there, so please stay tuned till the end of the show. She is a speaker, author, and a coach, and her name is Nisha Jackson, and she's from Los Angeles, California. And I'm going to pass it on to her so she can maybe fill in the blanks a little bit. So Nisha, how are you doing today?
I'm great, Sheena. I'm great. Thank you for allowing me to have this opportunity. Let me tell you a little bit about myself. The listeners a little bit about myself. I'm the Wealth Breakthrough Catalyst. And I specialize in coaching women entrepreneurs into creating wildly successful businesses while maximizing revenue and creating systems in their business. As well, to create wealth, in addition, I help them effectively manage their business and personal finances. And the reason why I say that I'm the Wealth Breakthrough Catalyst is because I've worked with women clients who are harboring some pain. And when we get a little bit more into my story, I will elaborate on that, but are harboring pain. And so sometimes they come from negative money stories, money legacies. Their families didn't know how to handle money. Or when they get too much success, they back away. So I help them break through those barriers that are keeping them from the success they so richly deserve.
That is awesome. And it's important to learn or to have this relationship with money, to have a good relationship with it, because as women as well, we feel like we might not deserve that kind of money or that kind of success. So I love what you do in your business, helping women break through that, because it's really important to understand that relationship with money. And, some people think money is a bad thing. I mean, it's only a bad thing if you use it for things that aren't good, right? Money can do a lot of things. It can help build orphanages, schools for, little girls in countries where they can't access schools. So you have to start thinking about money in a good way. So thanks for that, Nisha. And what's your cultural background?
Well, my cultural background is African American, and I later found out that I had some Japanese lineage in my family DNA. I went through, a DNA test for 23andMe, and that was a surprise, but primarily it's African American.
That's pretty cool to find out you have that kind of lineage. Have you ever been to Japan?
No, I had no idea I had that lineage at all. And when you find out from the rest of my story, I was really on a search to find out who I was, as far as who my parents were, who family members were, what kind of diseases I may be susceptible to, what other great things could be going on, and try to find some family. So, no, I haven't been to Japan.
Well, that should be on your bucket list. Japan is an amazing country, so you should go check it out. What would be your favorite self-confidence quote?
Well, Sheena, I actually have two. The first would be from Marianne Williamson. It says, "Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world." And the second is "Be the change you want to see" by Gandhi.
I love both of them. And you know what? The first one by Marianne, I forgot her name, but it's been a favorite for all the ladies that I've interviewed, at least 2 or 3. And I love that part where it says your small thinking doesn't serve you, or your small, playing small doesn't serve the world, which is so true, right? There's a lot of women out there who are playing small, who feel like they don't have what it takes to, as Nisha would say, live out loud, speak your voice out into the world, because you're meant for great things. You're born on this earth for a reason, right? And it's to be great, to be able to do things according to your rules. So I really love those two quotes that you shared with us. And in your own words, what would be your definition of self-confidence?
My definition of self-confidence is being fearless and living a freedom-based lifestyle that is my birthright. And that's without regard to what other people think.
I know it's funny, as women, we love to people please, right?
Yes.
It's crazy. We people please to the point where we forget who we are. And we have to realize there's nothing wrong with pleasing others, but you have to take some time to yourself. Be able to find yourself in the process. Don't get lost in, trying to always please other people. If your decisions are based on others, that's not going to serve you. It's going to drain you, and it's going to frustrate you, and it's going to, kill you on the inside. So it's really, really important to learn to also make decisions that will make you happy, and sometimes you don't have to care about what other people think. So I really love that definition. So Nisha, before, your discovery of self-confidence, what was your life like?
My life before my discovery of self-confidence was one of fear. It was one of darkness, and it contained the feeling of being in captivation. You see, I was a victim of child abuse. From age 7, I spent my youth traveling through numerous foster homes. My last foster mother was a great foster mother, and that would dispel the myth that there's no good foster mothers out there or foster families. I was fortunate to have a great foster mother at the end, from age 13 to 17, and I emancipated at 17 because she got Alzheimer's. So I was forced to choose between going to another foster home for 6 months until I turned 18 or to go out on my own. So I chose emancipation, which meant I had to finish my high school and on my own, get a roommate, and do what it took to survive from then on. And during that time, I had various struggles just trying to survive. And primarily, the struggles were in finding employment and managing money, because I had a negative money story because I had no one until the last foster mother to teach me how to, do some of the things with regards to personal finance.
That's pretty crazy. I mean, I'm glad you were able to have a foster mother that do care for you. And I know you hear these horror stories of kids in foster homes, but, they're not all bad, right? There's always good ones out there. And I think too many people focus on the negative part of it versus the positive stuff. So I'm glad you were able to tell people, you know what? It's not always the case. I had a great foster mother. She helped me, be able to be the person that I am today. So Nisha, what would be your aha moment then after realizing that, you're worth it, right? You have this amazing gift that you needed to share with the world.
Well, actually, my aha moment to change and start to see that gift came from that foster mother I spoke of earlier. And that was before she transitioned to heaven. But she had seen since I had gotten there to her home that, I was angry. I was bitter. I was closed off. I was in a very dark place. And so, her first attempt when I got there was, didn't work, when she sits down and tells you how the house rules are going to go and, tries to make you feel comfortable. But I still had that edge on me for a little while. I don't know exactly how long. But it took for her to sit me down. It was right when my mother passed away, my biological mother. And she was trying to figure out how to tell me. And because of the place that I was in, I was actually relieved that she had passed away. But that prompted a conversation with my foster mother that said, look, she said, in order to live the life you were meant to live, you're going to have to forgive your mother. And though it took me a number of years, well into my 20s, right before maybe my 30s, late 20s, that I truly forgave my mother, I now look back on it and I can see how my life has evolved from darkness to light because of that forgiveness and that self-development and inner work that I'd done on myself.
Forgiveness is such an important topic, especially with us. I know I've hold on to some of the dumbest, grudges ever, and it didn't serve me at all. It instead wasted so much time with the closest friends that I had. And sometimes you just have to learn to let it go, right? Not for the other person, but for you, right? When you hold on to these negative things, whether it's, your mother or a great friend, you're just attracting all this unnecessary energy, and it's going to drain you to the point where you just feel tired all the time, right? So if you have someone that you need to forgive, just forgive them and let it go, right? Because trust me, it's one of the best feelings you will ever have. I'm sure Nisha can agree with me on that.
Absolutely. And like I said, what I found was that I eventually started holding myself in captivity, because I was so dwelling on the past and what they had done to me and how come my family, other members of my family hadn't rescued me, why did this happen to me, or woe is me, shall we say. But once I let go of that, that's when things started to really move for me in my life. So, and it was actually a composition I had to write in college, and it was about this foster mother and this conversation. And in that paper, I said I saw my life moving from darkness to light because literally I was in, what's called South Central in Los Angeles, in the place that people would call the ghetto most of my life. But when I moved to this foster home, I was in the beach, things I had never seen, Santa Monica, bright light, all the things. And that's what I envision now It's like I could literally see God's plan moving me out of that captivity, which at first I thought it was the worst thing that was happening to me when the social worker was driving me to my next foster home. I was being taken away. Whether it was negative or not, I was being taken away from everything I knew. So, but as an adult, and once I've forgiven and I've done my inner work, and let me say, personal development is a continual process. But as we do it, we begin to look back on things that were once a negative and know they were actually positive.
Yes, I agree. I think sometimes God or the universe or whoever you believe in, they give us, certain tests to see if we can survive it and become stronger. And, maybe in your situation, God maybe gave you that situation because he knew you were a fighter, right? He knew that you were going to come out of it. So, Nisha, what's your life like right now?
My life is fabulous, Sheena. My mess is my message. And today I am a victor of those circumstances. I have risen to the unrecognizable life I am blessed to live today. I now have so much joy as I live the life and I live and see my purpose. I now lift as I climb. I mentor young girls and I assist women in their transformation, financially independent women. And this is done through both things. Like I said, the money management, becoming successful entrepreneurs. But, my life struggles were able to have me own this and have other women own that as well. And where I was originally cut off from the world due to low self-esteem and fear, I now love living out loud and building relationships. But what I'm most proud of is breaking my negative family legacy. I've been married to a wonderful man for the last 28 years, and we have 2 beautiful girls. And one thing that I'm proud to say is I have a family. Now, those may be 4 words to you or to the listeners, but those words speak volume to me.
That's great. You were able to not let your circumstances define you, right? You decided to just create your own future, your own destiny, and now you have a very loving family, 2 beautiful girls, and a wonderful husband of 28 years. And I want the listeners to realize just because you're stuck at where you are right now doesn't mean you can be stuck there forever. All it takes is a decision to change. And once you make that decision and commit to it and take action, that's when the magic really happens. So thank you so much for sharing that, Nisha. And I just have a couple more questions. To the woman who's listening to this podcast, she's in her own inner journey to self-confidence. What is the one tip you would give to her?
It would be work on your self-development. Look inside of you to see what is holding you back. And if that's forgiveness, whether forgiving yourself or someone else, the self-development and forgiveness are going to be the keys to allowing yourself to live freely and confidently. Do whatever it takes to dig deep within yourself to identify anything that may be holding you captive, whether it's your issue or someone else's, because we have to acknowledge our own issues. And those things that are holding us captive keep us from living our best life. So whether it be forgiving yourself or someone else, none of us are perfect, and we can't change what we don't acknowledge. It took me a while to get that because I was always right. So I had to acknowledge a lot, that I was holding myself captive and I was bitter and angry and fearful.
I like that. Self-development is necessary, and it's a daily thing, right? Like taking a shower. You can't just do it one day and then not the next. That's something that you have to do for the rest of your life. And when you do it, you can move mountains, you can see things that you never thought was possible. And I love that you said self-development is key, because a lot of people don't realize how important self-development is, right? Whether it's listening to a positive audio or reading a good book or even just listening to this podcast, Nisha's sharing her story of, from darkness going into the light. This is something that a lot of women can probably relate to and say, if she can do it, I can do it, right? If she can do it, I can do it. So Nisha, if the ladies want to contact you or get to know you a little bit better, is there somewhere where we can connect with, or a website or a link?
Absolutely. My website is financiallybrilliantwomen.com. That's financiallybrilliantwomen.com. And I'm on various social media links, all of them, as a matter of fact, under Nisha Jackson. And, well, that's it, really. And once you get to the website, you can explore and find out how to contact me, either through Nisha at Financially Brilliant Women or support the Financially Brilliant Women.
Sweet. And you mentioned you had a special gift for the listeners, right?
Yes, I actually have 2. They're on the website, but it's Financially Brilliant Women /Money Secrets Gift. And in that gift, you will have some keys that are instrumental to helping you develop wealth and manage your personal finances, including eliminating debt in the fastest possible way with the money you already make. Because part of my story is I amassed $22,000 worth of debt between 17 and 22. I eliminated that and I bought my first home with a conventional loan at age 25. So it worked. And then also the second gift is financiallybrilliantwomen.com/bankable business gift. And what you'll get there is the keys to growing a successful business, a bankable business as an entrepreneur.
Thank you for sharing those. Wow. You know, it's not only one gift, it's two. So to the listeners out there, take advantage of that. I mean, she's giving that away for free. You know, if it helped her get out from a negative balance to a positive, I mean, I would want to listen to see what she did. So Nisha, thank you so much for taking the time to, share your story, right? And to the listeners out there, feel free to go to the Tao of Self-Confidence, to check out Nisha's story. You'll see her links, her show notes, and everything else we talked about. And again, thank you so much for coming onto the show, Nisha.
Thank you, Sheena. It's my pleasure.
Listeners, be on the lookout for another new episode of another amazing woman's journey to self-confidence, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye for now. Thank you for joining us at the Tao of Self-Confidence. Head over to the taoofselfconfidence.com for full recaps of every show, our amazing blog articles and resources, and just plain fun. Your inner journey to self-confidence awaits, so start today.